Hello students and welcome to EPG Pathshala. I am Dr. Pooja Malhotra, Assistant Professor in Department of Commerce, Dayal Singh College, Karnal. Today we are going to discuss the topic Career Development of International Workforce under the paper International Human Resource Management. After completing this module, you will be able to understand the concept of career planning and development. You will be able to understand the factors affecting international career development analysis, and you will be able to analyze the career development stages and challenges for international career development. You will also be able to understand the international career development programs devised by various MNCs and various models and benefits of international career development. Now let's start with the introduction. In present scenario, most individuals are cautious about their self-development in terms of acquisition of new and advanced skills and competencies that will lead to their personal growth and long-term career satisfaction. Most of MNCs are also interested in employing human resources with required skills and competencies to enhance long-run organizational effectiveness. Career development integrates both individual and organizational goals. For achieving this integration, there is a need on the part of individuals and companies to closely examine the needs of career development, establish pragmatic goals, and share information. However, it is not an easy task to assess the needs accurately. There are barriers and factors which need to be examined and removed for attaining joint goals. In simple terms, if we define career, a career comprises a series of positions held by a person during his lifetime. It consists of a sequence of job-related activities that provide continuity, heights in positions, and self-satisfaction to individual relating to job. Careers are built through a series of well-planned positive moves. Traditionally, careers were viewed as an upward linear progression in one or two firms or in the same firm. Presently, careers are driven by the individual himself or herself with less influence of organization and reinvented by the person from time to time and according to environmental changes. International career means getting an opportunity to work in some foreign assignment. To achieve heights in career, employees are ready to accept the foreign assignments irrespective of inconveniences or hardships to be faced in host country. Most companies frame career development programs for their deserving candidates in order to achieve long-run survival into the market. Career development involves a series of efforts on the part of both employees and organizations to expand career opportunities and achieve career goals. Now, what is career development? Career development is a continuous and lifelong process. It starts from the early days of our life. For example, a child is aware of different professions like doctor, engineer, etc. And at the stage of grown up, he or she starts deciding about the career to be pursued. Once decided, required education and training helps to get into that career. Though career development does not end here, training for acquisition for required and more advanced skills continues. Most of the people also change careers and jobs to earn more and live a good life. Many people go through this process independently without taking recourse to others' help, while others get help from career guidance. A career guide or a counselor or a trained expert in career education helps the people to take decisions regarding their career throughout their lives. Career guidance automatically starts at the school and college level and continue throughout adulthood. Hence, career development can be individual career planning and organizational career management. So, career planning refers to individual's steps or efforts to make his or her own career in a way which is most satisfying. On the other hand, career management includes efforts on the part of the company to manage the movement of individuals through various positions over time in such a way that meet the organizational and individual goals in a best way. Now we will discuss the factors affecting international career development, like the personal characteristics, socio-economic factors, physical and mental abilities, chance factors and growth factors. Now we will discuss these factors one by one. The first factor is personal characteristics. Personal characteristics of a person like personality, interest, knowledge and abilities play a major role in career development. A systematic assessment of these traits will help an individual to find career matching with his or her personality. Second factor is socio-economic factors. Socio-economic factors are a major hindrance in the way of career development. For example, poor financial position may defer an individual to take necessary education and training to get into desired career. Hence, factors like availability of financial resources, availability of educational loans, financial aid, social motivation, etc. affect career planning. Next factor is the physical and mental abilities. Physical and mental abilities and competencies of an individual also affect the career planning. Some people are suited to some jobs as per their physical and mental abilities. Hence, it becomes important to get into a career which suits most and makes best use of one's abilities. Next are the chance factors. Chance factors are those events which are not within the control of an individual. They get into a particular career by chance or on happening of an event. Next are the growth factors. An urge to grow into life and become successful, that is self-esteem and self-actualization. Motivational factors also affect career development. Hence, employees are ready to join for foreign assignments to develop their career. Now, there are certain stages in career development. An individual passes through different career stages during his lifespan. Within each stage, attainment of competencies helps the employee to work successfully and prepare to move on to the next stage. Each stage of career involves work attitudes, behaviors, work aspects and relationships, etc. Let's discuss the main stages of a career through which an individual goes. These stages are development stage, then exploration stage, establishment stage, maintenance or performance stage, and last is the withdrawal stage. The first stage in career development is development stage. The development stage starts from birth and usually lasts up to 14 years of age. During this period, children are mostly affected by their family, school, and society. In the initial stage, games play a vital role in developing their recognition. And in the end stage, children develop ideas about their hobbies, interests, and abilities with some idea about their future careers. The next stage is exploration stage. From early teen age to mid-20s, individuals start to identify and execute an occupational choice. They try different roles and occupational options through school, part-time work, and volunteering. People take trial tests for various jobs before finding a more stable and appropriate one. Organizations also explore the minds of young people by offering internships and job training to bright students. This stage is self-exploration for the individuals, in which they try to get answers to various questions about their careers. Next stage is the establishment stage. This is the main stage in the career of a person, which starts after the age of 25. In this stage, people start looking for job options and take up the first job and have first experience on the job. They also evaluate their peer groups, face personal stress and anxieties to make a position in the organization. This is the stage which is characterized by mistakes, learning from those mistakes, and exploring increased responsibilities. They are guided by their bosses, experienced staff, while learning and building their own capabilities. In the initial stage, people try to find out the suitability of the career they have chosen. At a later stage, people identified their career goals and specific plans and do all efforts to reach these goals. There will be two possibilities, either to stick to career chosen or shift to another job career. During mid-30s and 40s years of age, people try to compare what they have gained in terms of position and salary, etc., and lost in terms of sacrifices, difficulties they have to face to follow their career ambitions. Next stage is the maintenance or performance stage. This phase generally happens in mid-40s to mid-60s. At this stage, many people have achieved their most of the career advancements. This period can be depressing for those who are still dissatisfied with their career progress. At this stage, most employees look for most challenging jobs or assignments. They develop more experience in their field. Continuous training and development programs help employees to equip themselves with the latest developments and changes going on. Last stage is the withdrawal stage. This stage starts from mid-60s age. With a view to retirement, employees look for new roles. This stage is also known as reinvestment stage. At later stage, people would like to assist young members or also seek self-employment opportunities. After this stage, the employee enters into performance or maintenance stage, where he or she progresses in terms of performance, learning and experience. In global career development, similar stages or phases happen. At the first instance, in beginning of his or her career, an expatriate joins the job in home country, which corresponds to establishment stage. In this stage, the employee learns about new environment, its culture, rules, policies and regulations. Here, he or she evaluates and does the cost benefit analysis of the job and decide about staying on the job and enhancing the career by adopting more challenging and rewarding assignments in terms of overseas assignments or leaving for another job. Stage of withdrawal arises when expatriate's level of performance is reduced and he or she thinks about returning to home country for adopting a new task or leaving the existing organization after repatriation. Now there are certain challenges for international career development. The first challenge is organizational policies. The organization's policies regarding career development programs are a big challenge. If a company offers competitive career development programs for its employees, it will be a positive move for the employees. Second is the promotion challenge. Promotion challenge, that is moving to next higher level in hierarchy, involving issues of leadership, delegation, credibility, etc. Third challenge is leading former peers. In career development, leading a team of former peers along with establishing authority responsibility relationships is crucial. Next main challenge is subsidiary challenge. Joining subsidiary as a new assignment and understanding and adapting to new culture, new people and new system is a big challenge. International environment challenges. Moving to a foreign country, adapting to an unfamiliar culture and traditions is a big challenge. Willingness to work abroad. Willingness of employees to work abroad should be examined in terms of their attitudes towards expatriation, goals to be achieved through expatriation, etc. And last challenge is the family support challenge. Expatriates usually take their families along with them. In such case, the family support and their adjustments is a big challenge for them. Now we'll discuss international career development. MNCs must devise a policy to offer their employees with appropriate opportunities for career growth in lieu of their contribution to the growth of the organization. The MNCs should provide equal opportunities to all the employees in accordance with their qualifications and experiences. The efforts on the part of MNC to provide career development opportunities to employees enhance their morale and performance. A career development program of international workforce which should have the certain important elements which can include, first of all, preparation of an updated inventory of job positions. The MNCs should prepare an updated inventory of job positions available in its subsidiaries in different countries. The inventory should contain the information like number of jobs at each level of career position, number of vacancies in each job, required academic qualifications, skills, experience, and other competencies required for performing each job assignment. Information about the duties, responsibilities, and functions of each job, identification of jobs and positions which are to be filled with the parent country nationals, host country nationals, or third country nationals. So, all this information will help the MNCs to develop career plans and decision about the employees who will be placed and promoted to most suitable job positions. Secondly, preparation of inventory of present and proposed human resources. The second element in career development program is the preparation of inventory of human resources in the headquarters and subsidiary for which the expatriates are to be placed. This inventory will include the information regarding currently employed employees, their qualifications, experiences, skills at various positions held, and their performance appraisal. The inventory of human resources of subsidiary will help the MNCs to identify the anticipated manpower requirements for various positions. This human resource inventory will help the company to plan and develop career advancement programs and select eligible and deserving candidates for career promotions. Third, we can have career planning and development. Organizations can design career planning and development programs after giving due consideration to the goals and aspirations of the employees. For this purpose, while placing employees to various jobs, the company must take into account their interest, goals, capabilities, and needs. In their career planning program, the companies can include expatriation in order to develop individual skills and help in his or her career advancement. However, all types of organizations do not include expatriation in their career planning programs. As we have already discussed, there are different approaches of international recruitment. If the companies are following ethnocentric approach to career management, they recruit parent country nationals for overseas assignments. This approach provides immense career opportunities to parent country nationals but reduces the opportunities for other country nationals. Companies which follow polycentric approach, they recruit local employees or nationals of host country in which the subsidiary is located. Similarly, the companies following regiocentric or transnational approach, they provide opportunity to nationals of different countries. Here, the skills and competencies are given preference in career management programs. Careers of employees are developed by the company's approach to international career management, and hence the structural career model can be applied here. In structural model, employees' careers are mainly structured by the organizational policies as against the individualistic model. In individualistic model, individuals themselves are the primary agents of their career advancement. Next can be included in career planning program is management development. A number of development techniques are devised by the organization for effective implementation of career management program. Employees are developed as per the present and future needs of the organization. Also, the abilities and potentials of an employee also determine the scope of career development program. Most important techniques adopted by companies are on-the-job training and coaching through work experience. Training will increase the skills and knowledge level of employees in their respective fields. To assign an international assignment, special training and development program is designed to enable the employees to understand and adapt to international environment. That includes their culture, traditions, customs, customers' requirements, rules and regulations, etc. Employees' personal interest, skills, capabilities and potentials are also taken into account. Now we are going to discuss models of international career development. Various career models are adopted by the organizations to design career development programs for their employees. Let's discuss some of the major models of career development. First main model is pyramidal model. In this model, every employee gets an opportunity to move up in the organizational pyramid. The authority, status and monetary benefits also increase as the employee moves up the pyramid. In government organizations, this type of career model is mostly used for career management. Though this model failed to satisfy the employees as it ignored the critical contribution of the employees, rather it takes into account seniority criteria only for promoting to a management position. Second model is obsolescence model. When the employees of an organization attain 20 to 25 years of experience without resorting to updated technologies or requirements of latest trends, they are assumed to be obsolete like old machines. The need of the hour is to update them. Companies design training programs for such employees to help them to learn the newest techniques. The purpose is to gain their managerial and leadership experience while updating them with the latest requirements. Next model is 4 stages model. A 4-stage model has been developed for development of professional career. In this model, there are 4 different stages in a professional employee's career. All stages differ from each other in terms of tasks, assignments, relationships, responsibilities, etc. Employees moving through all these stages successfully are considered to be with high level of performance. On the other hand, the employees who remained in early stages are considered to be the low performance level. The stages under this model are the first stage. In the first stage, employees work under the supervision and direction of others as an apprentice. In this stage, employees are usually newly appointed and hence they are required to work under close supervision of experienced employees. They are usually given routine type of jobs. If the employee learns quickly and performs very fast, he is given enhanced responsibility. Otherwise, he may continue to do the routine work under the supervision of experts. In the second stage, the employees are expected to improve their professional skills to a higher level. To achieve this, employees develop specialization in some field. In this way, employees develop competencies in one area which forms the basis for a successful career. In this stage, employees used to work under supervision of some expert, but their reliance on his supervisor is less for direction. This stage builds self-esteem of the employees. In third stage, the employee is given more responsibility in the form of leading others. He is more responsible upwards as well as downwards. Employees develop more confidence and experience. They are more socially involved, get recognition from peers, and also help juniors and their subordinates to flourish. The rewards, salary, and status all reach a fairly satisfactory level. They represent the company to outsiders. From these professionally developed employees, employees are identified for further overseas assignments. Their personal interest is also considered along with their capabilities and skills required for international jobs. For this, they are provided training for overseas assignments. They are prepared to become expatriates and given training to understand and adapt to international environment. Some employees who do not want to accept overseas assignments find this stage satisfying till retirement. And the last stage, the fourth stage, where the professionally developed employees till stage 3 are selected for international assignments. They are selected for executive positions in subsidiaries in international locations. They formulate policies and initiate various programs for expanding business in subsidiaries. The next model is Japanese career model. Under Japanese model, employees are given lifetime employment and are promoted on the basis of seniority. This gives a security of job to employees. The use of technologies and automation also contributes to the practice of lifetime employment in Japan. Early retirement options are also given to employees, those who want to leave organization in their late 40s. Now we will discuss the benefits of international career planning and development. So first of all, what are the benefits to employees? Help the employees to find out their talent, needs and work related motives. Enhance the morale level and boost the performance. It also helps the individuals to know their present and future position in the organization. It also provides a sense of affiliation with the organization. It also provides the opportunity to employees to optimally utilize their talents and skills in foreign countries. This program also develop and enhance the skills and technical and managerial competencies. It provides opportunity for change in working environment. It leads to personal development by developing abilities and help to understand latest trends and updated technology. Now, what are the benefits to organization? These career programs helps in achieving organizational objectives effectively through greater contribution of employees. These programs helps in reducing employee turnover and absenteeism. They also help in enhancing international business with full utilization of expertise and skills of parent country nationals. It results into better bonding and understanding of parent country nationals with parent company policies, strategies and objectives. These programs also result into close personal network of parent country nationals with head office employees with which they can get the things and facilities of head office with ease. Now we will discuss the summary of the findings. MNCs design career development programs for their employees by integrating international assignments as a part. International assignments are becoming nowadays more diverse in terms of length, location, the career stage at which they take place, and most importantly, who initiated international assignment. Employees take international assignments as a major stage and instrument for their career growth. It can be a short-term assignment up to 1 year, mid-term assignment maybe from 2 to 3 years, or a long-term assignment which is over 3 years. International assignment can be in the form of expatriations, which include relocation of the individuals along with their families in foreign country. Along with this traditional expatriation, there are international commuter assignments and flexpatriate assignments where neither employees nor their families relocate abroad. Individuals can spend short period, say even less than 1 year, or it may extend to spending whole career abroad. Similarly, international assignments can be carried out in one organization or different organization. Hence, there are various forms of international assignments which create many different career paths for individuals and thus result in many different definitions of career development. With an objective to succeed in careers, individuals may integrate international assignments into their careers. Organizations may also consider developing careers of at least deserving and talented employees by incorporating different forms of international assignments in their career development programs. Thank you.